Renuga works as a lecturer in a private college and is the mother of two girls, one in the second year of college and the other in 10th grade. Being a teacher herself, she always wants her children to be role models for others. However, her children feels that she is somewhat strict and at times they don't really listen to their mother. One fine day, she saw her daughter jumping here and there in some short dress, and being very traditional, she felt that her daughter was bringing disgrace to the family. She stopped her daughter from doing so, and her daughter did not show any respect to her as a mother. She just stared at her mother and didn't bother to ask why she stood in the way, and as well continuing with her actions. Finally, Renuga pulled the earpieces out, and her daughter got very angry and started with a glare, saying, "Why are you always a happiness killer in my life? Why do you even do this? Can't you see that I'm practicing dance here?" On hearing these words, Renuga's eyes were now glaring with anger. With a sigh, she said, "I thought you were behaving like a monkey by jumping here and there. I actually asked you to concentrate on your studies rather than wasting time here like a monkey." Her daughter did not listen and said, "You know nothing, mom. I love dance and I'm doing great, but you know nothing about it. So you're calling me a monkey?" With that, she went to her room and closed the door as if slapping her mother. Renuga's mind filled with anger, frustration, and a kind of lost feeling. She felt that she was failing as a mother. The phone alarm indicated that it was time for her to go to college. An hour earlier than usual, it was the day she was going to select students for the inter-college cultural meet that is happening in 3 months. All students interested in participating were asked to assemble in the meeting hall at 8:30 a.m. sharp. Renuga felt that the issue with her daughter could be resolved after coming back from college. She took her handbag and rushed out. Ria was eating breakfast in a rush as she needs to be in college at exactly 8:30 a.m. She quickly gulps down her food. Despite being an introvert, she has always had a liking for singing. She sings at family functions but has never really showcased this talent to her college peers. However, this time she has made a great effort to convince herself to participate in the intercollege singing competition and is very confident about getting selected. This competition is a big event that includes a wide range of activities such as singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, debate competitions, poem recitations, quiz competitions, painting, and more and more. She is feeling kind of nervous as well as thrilled that her friends, other than childhood ones, don't know that she sings really well. She feels she is doing something great today. She rushed into the meeting hall where all her friends were ready with their own preparation materials. She saw Renuga along with the male staff, Raghu, who is more sensible and friendly towards students than Renuga. Being a good student, she feels the staff, both for selection, is kind of very friendly, so she doesn't need to worry about it. When her friends ask her what she is about to do here, whether it's a poem writing or something else, and eagerly await her reply, Ria smiles and says it's a surprise. When Ria is called, she goes with enthusiasm. Renuka smiles at her as usual and asks her to fill in forms for poem recitation and some other things. Then she hesitates. Raghu asks her what happened. Ria says, "I'm here to fill forms for singing competition." Renuka smiles and says, "You, the great introvert, it is not possible for you to go on stage in front of thousands of audiences and sing well." And giving her the meanest look, Ria gestures no and starts to say, "No, but I sing well. Why don't you just see me singing now?" After saying these words, Ria looked at both the staff. Filled with rage over her daughter, Renuga is triggered and starts using more mean words. She says, "Why don't you understand that you cannot do that? Why do you always fancy things that will never be possible for you? Can't you see how stupid it is for you to sign up for singing competition? What talent do you have in singing? Just because you are a bathroom singer or listen to songs doesn't mean you can sing well. Come back to reality." And stopped her words. And she literally slaps the table at the end. Meanwhile, Raghu starts to blame Renuga for being this cruel to her student, and they both started yelling. Meanwhile, the other students start to laugh at Ria. Her friends call her, hug her, and say, "It's okay, you can still participate in other things, right?" On hearing her friends' words, Ria said nothing, but just smiled. She went home and was not ready to reply to any questions asked by her family members regarding the selection. She went to her room and sat on her bed. She closed her eyes and was listening to the voices in her head. She heard the rude words of Renuga, then some words of Raghu, and also remembered the words of her own friends. The visuals of other college mates laughing at her came in rounds. She felt drained and started feeling sad, and her inner voice that was enthusiastic in the morning is now in the tone of disappointment. Additionally, she felt her mind started to rewind the dialogues of Renuka. She stood as if electricity passed through her body, went near the mirror, and saw her reflection. With a sigh, she said, "Stop rewinding others' ideas. I am singing well. I have great talent in it. No matter what others say, I follow my heart and soul." Pointing towards her own reflection in the mirror, she continued, "Renuga, being a teacher is not the justification to kill my soul. She has no right to write in my mind page that I am not talented because I know I am and I will not give up." She screamed into the mirror. Suddenly, her mother knocked at her door. She opened the door, smiled at them, and then said, "It's all right, I'm okay." Before her mother could react to the statement, she closed her door and went to her WhatsApp. She uploaded one singing video and felt like a victory after doing it. She left her mobile in her room and went down to have some tea and snacks. When asked about her selection, she remained silent and smiled at her family members, and they stopped asking her. She went to bedroom after an hour and saw her phone with about 20 notifications, all from her friends and some other persons from other departments of college. Daily, she started to upload her singing videos on WhatsApp status. Finally, Raghu, the male staff, also saw her singing and felt really sad about the words that Ria had heard from Renuga on that day. While eating, he saved her singing video and forwarded it to the college principal with a line, "Can she be considered for singing in the upcoming inter-college cultural meet?" And after an hour, when he checked, he saw a reply from the principal. He eagerly opened the text and read, "Why have you not selected her? Why are you delaying it?" Raghu just smiled and typed, "Renuga ma'am is the one who is doing the final filtering from the received forms." The principal replied, "Okay." Raghu smiled and got back to his class. After an hour, Renuga comes in a hurry to meet Raghu. He understands the reason. Renuga, with a smile, asks him to come to the staff room by 2:30 sharp, as she will now have to call Ria regarding the inter-college competition. Raghu just nods and he goes. But deep inside, he feels happy for his student, Ria. Finally, Ria came along with her friend. Renuga, with an embarrassed smile, asked her to fill out the form for the singing competition. Ria looked straight into Renuga's eyes, but Renuga couldn't face her. Ria finally smiled and filled in the form. Before leaving, Renuga said, "Sorry, Ria, I was kind of tense with my personal affairs, and it was my mistake to shout at you and even deny you a chance to prove yourself." Ria smiled and said, "It's all right. I don't let your words into my mind because I only allow the right words to enter." Ria continued, "Just because you have mood swings doesn't mean you get the right to kill someone else's dream." After these words, Ria left the staff room. Renuga felt a slap but couldn't do anything as she realized it was her mistake to behave like that towards a student. Raghu smiled silently on seeing his student's confidence in herself. When going out of the staff room, Ria's friend asked, "How can you be this confident? How can you be this confident even after Renuka ma'am yelled at you?" Ria stopped and looked at her friend and said, "Because I don't listen to someone else's words of discouragement. I know what I want and I know my talents and worth. So no matter what others say, I always stand with myself and cheer myself towards victory." Her friend hugged her. Ria smiled and felt really happy about it. So friends, now the most important part, connection of the story and self-love. What if Ria is you and Renuga is the situation life brought inside just to test your faith in yourself? Can you understand? See, Ria somehow managed to pass the test of life by taking another way and reached her goal because she has no doubt in her mind regarding her talents or her ambitions or even her worth. She really had the guts to bring back her mind on track from the discouraging words or actions of others. She just bounced back, something that another person may take years to even think about from this angle. So, what is the magic potion here? It's self love and faith that she had in herself, right? When you genuinely love yourself, Even after someone discourages your ideas or dreams, you will get yourself back on track and will also change your way to reach your goal. However, you won't change your dreams because aspirations are born from soul and they can never be abandoned as easily as we imagine. Once we abandon them, that is the very moment that regret settles in our life forever. So, if anyone is discouraging you because of your dreams, just listen to your soul, cheer yourself up, and fight for your dreams. A dream is a whisper of your soul. Stand strong and let it echo loudly through your actions. So, think about it, friend. By telling you all this, your moon friend is vanishing with a very last question to you guys. Friends?